You guys, so you guys, if you want to wave, woohoo! Yay, wave at the camera. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the paper. I've attached it on LMS, so you guys should have it. Jacob and Chance, you should have it at home. So we're going to go over the TR, WHT, WW paper, which, of course, that stands for Teddy Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, and Woodrow Wilson. And so we're going to just go over those. So let's just go around, and if you know the answer, fine, and say it. And if you don't, just pass. So we'll start with Cassandra. Wanted to be the Supreme Court of the United States Justice and not really president. Do you remember which one that was?
Was it Teddy Roosevelt?
No. You remember, Abby? Taft. WHT is the first one. Okay. And again, just mark how many you get right. Just mark how many you get correct. But do make the corrections on them. I'm going to let you keep this kind of as a study guide after I record what you make. Who was known as the Trust Buster, Savannah?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, TR. And really, your book goes into it a little bit more than what we've talked about. But Taft was also a trust buster. As a matter of fact, he busted up more trusts in some ways than Roosevelt did. I put both of them down. You don't get it wrong if you just put one.
Well, I thought it was neither of those.
Okay, you put Woodrow Wilson. No, it was the monopoly buster upper was Teddy Roosevelt and Taft. Okay, the Great White Fleet, Hannah. Teddy Roosevelt was the one that wanted to show off to the rest of the world that we had arrived, that we were big and we're bad and we were part of the world on the world scene. Who was known for wanting to make the world safe for democracy? Do you know that one? Wilson. It is Wilson, yes. Woodrow Wilson, he wanted to make the world safe for democracy. And he was more utopian than some of the others. Known for conservation. Back to you, Cassandra. You know that one? Do not know that one? Okay. What about you, Abby? Teddy Roosevelt, TR. Most of these are going to be Teddy Roosevelt because he did a lot of things. And the progressive era personified, Abby? That's also Teddy Roosevelt. Was Air a parent of Teddy Roosevelt? Savannah, you know that one?
I put Taft.
It was Taft. See, he wanted Taft to go in because he felt like Taft would protect all of the policies and all of the things that he had already done and maintain his legacy, if you will. And Taft doesn't do that. And so they have a drastically severe falling out, if you will. So the Panama Canal was starting during his administration. Do you know that one, Hannah? Teddy Roosevelt, yes. Okay, and this one is not a very kind one to remember, but we can't let it go. I bet you got this one, Miss Kirsten. He was so fat he got stuck in the White House bathtub? Taft. That was WHT. What an unfortunate thing to be remembered for. Yeah.
How did you get so dark in the
A stroke. I don't know. I'm sure they tried about everything, but it's hard to imagine. A stroke prevented him from finishing strong during his presidency. His wife actually governed in his place. This was on your video yesterday. Anybody want to? We won't go around if anybody knows it. Cassandra? Woodrow Wilson, right? Edith Galt Wilson is going to finish up for him. In his second attempt at the presidency, he started a third party known as the Bull Moose Party. Anybody? Okay, Ethan? Teddy Roosevelt. I'm hoping all of you remember number 12. The square deal and speak softly and carry a big stick was his domestic policy. Yep, that was Teddy Roosevelt. World War I began on his watch. Woodrow Wilson. And see, that's a good way to remember that. WW1 and Woodrow Wilson. So, had an attachment added to the Monroe Doctrine that gave America economic power over South American countries. Anybody know that one?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. Do you know what it was called?
Corollary.
The Roosevelt Corollary. You should write that in there, all right? The Roosevelt Corollary. And it had to do with money in Latin America. And that really is gonna continue on. There is one other thing that I wanted you to jot down that we were gonna look at in our book here in a few minutes, and that was dollar diplomacy, which is something Taft is gonna continue on, but that would have been under Taft's administration. Taft would have been known for dollar diplomacy, and there again, that was the whole idea of keeping South America financially stable, keeping them from being, you know, in a bad way financially. And collectively, these three presidents are called
Progressive.
the progressive presidents, right? And some of the things they do are good and some are not so hot. Okay, so just tell me, I'm gonna